What if your past trauma could literally call you back?
Today, we're talking about the Black Phone 2, the chilling sequel that dares to answer. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Michael and Trevor Show. I'm Trevor,
And I'm Michael.
and on today's episode, we're talking about the brand new film, Black Phone 2.
Yes, sir. A little plot summary for the movie here. As Finn, now 17, struggles with life after captivity, his sister begins receiving calls in her dreams from the Black Phone and seeing disturbing visions of three boys being stalked at a winter camp known as Alpine Lake.
Whew, that sounds creepy to me.
If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below your thoughts. Share this video with a friend. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. It's linked in the description. Now back to the review. Yeah, let's get into the Black Phone 2.
Yes.
Second movie in the franchise following Black Phone. I don't remember when this came out. It was probably like 3 to 4 years
Yeah, I
ago.
think the original one came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah. So this one kind of takes a route where you have the same character, but he's actually not the main character in this one. It follows his sister
hmm
more in this one.
And we should let everybody know this is a spoiler
Yeah.
review. So if you haven't seen the movie or don't care about getting spoiled, stay ahead and watch. If not, go see the movie, then come back and listen to us talk.
Yeah. So the movie features again Ethan Hawke
hmm
as the grabber, Mason Thames, who was in the first movie, and then his sister, which I don't believe she was in the first movie, played by Madeline McCraw.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
This
Don't.
is directed by Scott Derrickson. This is obviously a horror thriller film. You know what to expect. It's actually, in my opinion, a little bit better than the first movie,
Okay.
but we will get into that a
We
little
will
bit
talk
later.
about that too. Um, yeah, I liked this movie. I think there were a lot of good elements. I liked the like where it took place, and it pretty much took place in this like what is it? They're in Colorado. It's in like some camp. Pretty eerie movie.
I will say I got some vibes from previous horror movies.
Hmm.
With this film, I got the Shining vibes a great bit
Okay.
because
The
they're at a
snowy.
camp, and I believe The Shining took place in Colorado.
It did.
And see,
Well, I don't know. I'm saying
I'm
it
pretty
did question
positive.
mark. I'm
I'm,
asking.
I'm pretty positive. I can't remember.
I was thinking of Long Legs a little bit. That took place in the winter too. I feel like it was like
Yeah,
cold during Long Legs.
I got a lot of, like I said, The Shining vibes, the Friday the 13th, and
Hmm.
also Nightmare on Elm Street.
Definitely Nightmare on
A
Elm
lot of
Street.
homages to some classic horror films in
Yeah.
this.
A lot of people say knock off Freddy Krueger because of the whole dream scenario here.
Great movie, by the way.
Oh,
If you
dream
haven't seen
scenario.
that, Nicolas Cage is crazy in that.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. I wouldn't go as that far. I think there's elements of it that they do uniquely in this movie that
hmm
I liked, but you said we might have some differing opinions. So we
Yes.
haven't talked about this at all yet with each other. We literally just saw the movie. So
So, first question for you: is
mhm.
this sequel needed?
Is this sequel needed? I think it's not needed. I was actually a little bit surprised that they made a Black Phone 2.
hmm
I do think it I think it wrapped up the story okay. Now the only thing is though the sister wasn't really too relevant in the first movie, and spoiler, they killed him in the first movie. So like I can assume you guess what happens in the second movie too, which just opens up like, okay, is he really even ever dead? Like
Mm,
I'm confused about like they basically killed him in the dream,
correct. That's why. And then,
which I'm a little bit confused because it's like, okay, did you really even defeat him then?
and well, this sets up. I could see this having a whole bunch of
I
movies.
don't think they will though.
You don't think?
I think Ethan Hawke will be done with this franchise. I don't think maybe it sets up more, but I think it's definitely done with this family at least with Mason Thames.
The nice thing is, now, first off, the grabber's look in this film is fantastic.
Hmm.
This dude is going to be selling Halloween masks for the next 15, 20 years. I did see, I was at Universal Hollywood for their Halloween Horror Nights. They had the grabber there, Black Phone 2 stuff. It looks really good. Like
Hmm.
seeing it in person and then seeing it in the movie, I was impressed. Um, The nice thing, though, I think we don't need Ethan Hawke in the films because his face is so messed
You
up
can't even tell
already.
it's him,
You can't tell it's him.
which I like because honestly, I can't really see him as a like a slasher
I kind
villain
of
like
like
that.
that though. It diverts the expectation of
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke. I mean, he's a fantastic actor.
Kind of how I think of like in Long Legs. I could have never if that looked like Nicolas Cage. Like I feel like that didn't really look like him.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, like I couldn't imagine Nick Cage as one, but I think that was one of the scariest like horror.
And it's interesting you bring up Long Legs. I don't get any Long Legs vibes at all, except it takes place in the winter.
Yeah, Long Legs was way creepier than like
Hmm.
this actually. I don't know, like I didn't find myself being that like scared. There were
I had
some
a jump
okay, there
scare
were
or
some
two.
jump scares for sure, but I feel like they didn't go like all out like they could have with it. Well, until that final
Oh
like 20 minutes was pretty insane. And
yes,
this movie was definitely gorier than the first. You don't really
mhm.
remember the first one, but it was definitely
I do
a
remember
little bit more
it's
graphic in
more
this one.
intense. This film
Yeah,
definitely.
practical effects.
Yeah, definitely practical effects look
Yeah.
great. CGI though wasn't fantastic. You could tell that they were
Yeah.
filmed this on a soundstage for some things, and it was like, ooh,
Yeah,
this
especially
isn't
when you
great.
saw like the mountains in the back when they were on like the ice. Like I
But
don't.
hey, it's a low budget film.
Yeah,
They will make money at this.
you think?
They'll at least double, triple their
Yeah.
budget. I promise you.
I feel like these types of movies have been doing well in the box office.
They
Like
have, and then you get a movie like Tron Ares, which nobody's seen, and
yeah.
it should be making double that's money, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, I'm
Oh yeah,
interested to
because you
see.
saw that too.
Yeah, I saw Tron a week later after
Hmm.
it came out. I didn't mind that. I we didn't do a review on it, but I
No.
think we liked you and me both liked that
Oh
movie
yeah.
more than the majority.
Yes. Yes.
What else with this movie?
So
What do
I
we need
will
to talk
say
about?
there were the side characters were the most unnecessary people in the world, except for
So irrelevant.
the camp.
The boyfriend?
No, the boyfriend
Oh,
was useless.
useless. Yeah.
The two, like the mom and the wife and husband, who've
Yeah.
been there, useless. That cowgirl lady Mustang, useless.
I kind of wish there weren't anyone else on it.
That's
Would
what
have
I'm
made it even
saying.
creepier.
I agree. I think they were unnecessary characters,
Yeah.
and it's not even like they were big names or anything. It was just like, why are they
I
here?
don't know if they explored it earlier, but do you remember the one scene when the boy, I guess he was the boyfriend,
Hmm.
said like, "Was that really my brother you were talking to?" So apparently he was tied to the whole
Okay.
story. Were you?
I
Did you?
got that, but I didn't.
But like, it
It
was
was
so
a
unnecessary.
throwaway line, in my
Yeah.
opinion. For I
'Cause-
don't know if this was the grabber, the Marco guy, the brother and the sister, and I maybe the dad to start off in the film. I thought that would have worked well. The dad did not need to come back in the third act. What he's there for no reason.
yeah, because
He
he
doesn't
wasn't even
help
involved
out.
in the thing. He
No,
didn't get killed.
I wonder if things got cut out of the film.
Probably. It was almost 2 hours too,
Yeah,
which is pretty long. That's the other thing. I don't mind movies that have the slow build up. Like The Grabber wasn't really in this until like
it was
w-
halfway through.
halfway through or more. I don't mind the slow build up most of the time, but like we already knew who he was, so it kind of
Mhm.
just took a while to get into it. There was definitely a slow point for me where I was getting a little bit bored.
Yes, I for me at least, I much preferred where the girl's sleepwalking and she has those interactions with the grabber. I
Hmm.
thought that was filmed fantastically. I'm not sure if they did it practically with the like a film camera or if they just put grain over top of a digital camera, but
I,
it looked fantastic.
I think they had to do it. I think I watched an interview and I think they did have to do it practically, but I think that was
Good.
good. I was
Okay,
wondering how they
good.
were gonna do the dream sequences, like but it was like the staticky,
Ah,
like
dude, it was
that
like
was
film grain
actually
galore, baby.
that was actually really good seeing her
Hmm.
POV during all that.
Like that, I want a whole movie just in that.
Yeah.
Like those dream sequences save the movie for me. Like
Yeah.
without that, this would be not a great movie in
Not
my
even
opinion.
close. Yeah. That's the most fascinating and creepy part of it for
Uh
me
huh.
is that like they need her to wake up to like all those things are happening to her while she's basically asleep, which I guess is kind of what happens in Nightmare on Elm Street
Correct.
too.
And
So,
it's nice that there's all those homages to classic horror villains.
yeah.
Because I love right now that we have Terrifier. He's a huge horror villain because
Hmm.
we haven't had people in forever. I mean, Chucky. They're trying to make Megan a huge horror villain, but
Yeah.
she's an action hero now. But I truly think if they play the cards right with the grabber, this could be a whole
Oh, you
universe.
think this will be a whole
I
like an iconic?
I think so. His mask is,
Mm.
and what they did to him at the end, you know how creepy he could be coming back for round three?
Yeah.
Like that would give people nightmares.
It all depends how this movie does, because I honestly don't feel like the first movie is like talked about that. Like if you're not a big movie person, like I feel like a lot of people had never even heard of the Black Phone.
And did it Izmir did it come out during COVID
It probably
times?
came out during I don't remember like a wide theater release where
No.
everyone was talking about it. It might have came out on streaming first. I'm not really sure. Um, but that I'd like to see it be a new horror icon.
Hmm.
I think the mask is really cool.
But yeah.
I like the concept.
And you see I've seen the grabber mask since Spirit Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like it's a niche. I mean, it's a little bit of a niche thing, but there's no really big horror movies out this Halloween. You had The Conjuring, which was out in September. That was not bad. Then you have this. And then the next big thing I
Yeah.
think is coming out in December with Five Nights at Freddy, if you
Oh,
categorize it as
okay.
horror.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just feel like
trying
we
to.
haven't had like the that big horror
Yeah.
horror characters.
Yeah, this but I think this did a fair job.
Yeah, I mean it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
I think that's fair to say.
Yes. Let's talk about some other fun stuff. So, do you feel like are you kind of over the being in the cell phone or the cell box now?
Yeah, like the phone ringing.
Like, do you think they can continue on with that, or do you think they're gonna have to
Well, it's
fast forward into make it modern day, or still keep it because I guess this takes place in the 70s.
oh yeah, so if they made it, but those phone booths still, maybe not the booths themselves, but those like what are they called?
Landline, or what do you mean?
I don't know, those like phones outside
Yeah,
that you
that's a
can.
phone booth,
Oh, phone booth. Okay.
payphone,
Payphone.
Maroon
Those
5.
still exist. I would like to see, yeah. That's what I think the direction they would take is like modern day where it's like 30 years later or
Mm-hmm.
something and then like he
It's
comes
like the
back kind of like
kids.
it,
Yeah,
kind of like it
that
where
could
it's
be
like 30 years
interesting.
later they come back. Like I think that would be
Like
interesting.
the grabber, has his time to, have all the anger and envy in him, and he's back and better than ever.
Cuz he can't be gone. I mean, he got killed in the first movie.
Hmm.
Spoiler, I mean, we already said he gets killed in the dream in this movie, so I am still a little bit
They
confused.
sent him into the lake like they did in Jason. Just
Okay.
fell right down to the bottom.
But they didn't yeah, that's all they showed. I mean, I
They
don't think
chopped
he's
his leg
I
off,
don't think he's done
or they
for.
chopped his foot off, ankle, whatever it is. But yeah, he's definitely still out there.
Yeah.
You can't defeat the grabber.
I think it's money talks. If they make money,
Yeah.
they'll keep going with this franchise potentially.
So do you think this had more of supernatural? I mean, I guess supernatural elements in like a possession way than the original film, because like you saw
Um
like people getting mangled and cut up, and
yeah, but I'm trying to think in the first one because like in this one it's like in the dream.
mm-hmm,
Or it's like in their dream, but it's also in real life because you see like the other characters are watching as
correct.
she's like being just thrown around in that kitchen
Mm-hmm.
or whatever and almost burned to death. Did they do that in the
I
first
can't
movie where
remember.
like
I only watched that movie. I was not impressed with the first film.
he was basically it was just Mason Thames' character like in that basement pretty much the whole time,
Yes.
just talking to,
Mm-hmm.
dead people. So I liked what they did with this movie better, but
Yeah, 100%. Oh my
I
gosh.
forget honestly your original question, but I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
I think this definitely is more supernatural,
Yeah,
and like that type of stuff sells right now. You know, The Conjuring, Insidious is coming out.
yeah,
All those ghost stories, they're always going to be popular. So I guess in theory, it is kind of a ghost story because he's haunting their dreams, and what's going on in the dream is actually going on in real life to them. So
yeah.
I guess I'd categorize this as like a supernatural.
Because it's not just the grab because they figured out that the grabber's an actual person. So how did he get these like? Remember they said it was the one guy who worked at the.
Correct. And I think that's what would be interesting to set up in the third film, because they gave us a little bit of background noise of, he worked at the camp, but how the heck did he have
Yeah.
these supernatural
No, but
powers?
at the end
Did
she
he
got a
have a deal with the
call.
devil? Exactly. Yeah, he did get a She did get a call.
when he was already dead at the end. So I'm like, I'm confused. Is this just a meta? Is this whole thing just a metaphor? Like, what's happening?
I don't think so, but
No, no, it's not. But I'm
yeah.
like, why is she getting a call at the end?
So there, it's a third film's coming. Or TV. I don't know, a TV show, but
Ooh, that would be
probably
interesting.
movie would be better. 2 hours and be done with it.
I wouldn't be upset about it. I definitely don't hate the villain. I just don't
I
think
love
this
him.
is gonna. This just isn't one of the best movies, horror movies in the past couple years, in my
Now,
opinion.
is this better than The Conjuring Last Rites?
I really like The Conjuring. But that's a whole different type of. That's like
I
spirits and like the.
I'd say this. I would say they're pretty close in my
Yeah, I
opinion.
would say they're. I think this is a little bit better, maybe.
Okay.
I liked the ending, I think, to this better than Conjuring. I didn't think the
Hmm.
ending was that good. I think it wrapped up their story fine, but like it was kind of just more of the same of what we had been getting. But it was kind of following the daughter um of Ed and Lorraine, which I don't know. What do you think?
I think they both are supernatural. I liked
Yeah.
the part one and two, like the opening and then the second act
Mhm.
more in The Conjuring, and then the third act I love this more.
I like the third act more, but it just took a while
Yes.
to get to that point.
So we think there's gonna be a third Black Phone.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
You
That's
heard it
our
here
guess.
first.
Or maybe a lot of people are talking about that. Honestly, I've refrained from looking at much about this movie before we
Yes.
went and saw it.
So Michael, I know I don't think we have too much left to talk about.
Ratings.
Ratings is about it. So I'm gonna give my rating first. If this movie, if I could do 6.5, I'd give it a 6.5. But I'm going down to a 6 for this in my
Wow.
6 out of 10.
A 6 out of 10, 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. The only reason I bumped it down to a 6 instead of a 7 is because I gave Tron Ares a 7 out of 10, and I think Tron Ares is way better than this. But the movie kind of bored me a little bit of Black Phone 2. If we were in that
Hmm.
dream realm for the whole time, yes, I'll take it. But I really wasn't interested in this until the last, like the third act. I guess the end of the second act, beginning of third act. Other than that, I'm just not a huge fan of the movies itself, but the grabber I love. I want to see more of.
Yeah.
Kind of like Terrifier. I'm not a huge fan of the movies,
You
but I
don't like the
love
movie so much.
Terrifier.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. I'm a little bit higher. I'm a 7 out of 10. 3.5 out of 5
What
on
world are
Letterbox
we
here.
living in? Michael rating something higher
Six.
than me.
Yeah. That has to be your like lowest rated horror movie. I feel like that's like crazy. Because you
Yeah,
love most horror. I can't think of a horror movie you've rated that low in a long time.
The Substance. I remember
Oh,
that.
The Substance, but that's like body horror. Like that's a little bit
Ugh.
different. But wow, so a 6 out of 10. Okay, I liked it a little bit more. I think I liked this better than the first movie as well. Um, again, I'm big on like if the ending wasn't as like cool as
Mm-mm.
crazy as it was, probably would have been lower. Like that's the biggest thing for me. I need a good ending, but it was just a little bit slow. Like there was some unnecessary stuff like we talked about, especially with the characters, but I like
Mm-hmm.
the setting of this movie compared to the first one and how they went about the dream sequences. That just looked so cool. Especially I liked when she was in the dream and she went back into the like from the first movie she went back into that basement. I forgot
Yes.
they lived right across that whole I was like confused at first watching it and then I realized they were doing that grainy effect for the
Mm-hmm.
dreams. I didn't realize that at first. But I thought that was cool when they did that.
The dream sequence saves the movie
It does.
for me. I just want a whole movie in a dream, and then you wake up at the end, and it's like, I don't know, you're almost dead.
Yeah. So,
I'd say it's worth the shot, though. Maybe if you see it half off, for me, I'd go
no,
watch it.
go see it in the theater. Like any horror movie is fun in the theater, I
Oh,
think.
real quick, do want to add, I forgot about this. Pink Floyd's Brick in a Wall plays as they're driving to the camp.
Mm,
That sounded crazy great.
it did sound good.
But why? Why was that in there? Just to have?
Why not?
They had no other like licensed music in it except I guess they
They
spent
really
all of their
didn't.
money on Pink Floyd.
Yeah, that really was the only time they
But it
played like a
sounded,
song.
and I wished I would have gotten to the, like the whole radio part of it, like that you'd
Yeah.
hear on the radio. But it sounded great with the guitars, the reverb everywhere in the theater.
I think it was again just to emphasize like the period of time that the movie was in because
Yeah.
it took place in the 70s.
Yes, and like the Flynn, his name's Flynn, right?
Finn.
Finn.
I think they call him
Finn.
Finney.
He had like a Peter Gabriel shirt on, and I'm like, that's cool because people
Mhm.
don't really know Peter Gabriel unless you listen to old school music now. But I'm like, that's cool, Peter Gabriel shirt. But yeah, just some unnecessary things in this movie. Good villain though. I'll take the villain.
Good villain. We wouldn't hate to see a Black Phone 3.
No, let's do it. Black Phone 3, Terrifier 4 mashup. Who knows?
I'm
Definitely
down.
won't happen. But all right, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like this movie, if you hated this movie, if you like the podcast, give us a like, subscribe, please. Leave a comment, share it with a friend. We're all over social media.
Yeah.
Go follow us.
We're almost to 2,000 subscribers.
Almost to 2,000. Let's
Yeah.
hit 2,000.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I
Man.
think Black Phone can get us there.
Let's see.
We
Let's
got
see if
some
people watch the movie.
Yeah, hopefully people watch the movie. We'll have to see what the numbers look like after this weekend. But yeah,
Guys, thank you for watching. As always, I'm Trevor.
I'm Michael.
Have a great one.